Would you spend $100,000 on an unknown luxury car brand from GWM? Well, this is the pitch. This is the Wey V9X. It's a very luxurious plug-in hybrid EV. Is it coming to Australia? I'm going to let you know why it may not be, anytime soon at least. Wey is GWM's premium brand. You can think of it like what Lexus is to Toyota or Denza is to BYD. The Chinese sub-brand already sells several models in its home market, and the V9X is one of them. And yes, it's under serious consideration for launch in Australia, where it'll compete with vehicles like the Zeekr 9X and Denza N9, another Chinese SUV likely to be offered down under. But it'll also compete with more mainstream models like the Hyundai Palisade, Mazda CX-90 and Lexus LX. But the V9X won't be the first Wey to hit Aussie roads. Instead, GWM is planning to launch its plug-in people mover first, the Wey G9. Either way, this big SUV won't come cheap, and in what many will see as a glaring omission, it won't come with 7 seats. Nope, this 3-row SUV is a 6-seater only, and that's because GWM had to wedge the massive 80-odd kilowatt-hour battery pack under the rear seats, and there just wasn't enough space. You might find that strange given the fact the V9X is huge. It measures up at almost 5.3 metres long on a wheelbase that stretches over 3.1 metres. That makes it bigger than rivals from Toyota, Lexus, Mazda and many others. It also boasts impressive numbers in flagship form, with combined outputs of around 550 kilowatts and an EV driving range of more than 300 kilometres. This one is underpinned by an 800-volt architecture, but there's a more affordable 400-volt version as well. Then there's things like active noise cancellation for the cabin, more than 30 speakers, heated, ventilated and massage seats, a claimed turning radius of just 5 metres thanks to its rear-wheel steering, zero gravity seats in the second row, and of course, the huge 21.4-inch rear entertainment screen. All right, let's have a quick look at this thing. To get in, press this button. Door opens for you automatically. Lovely. You can hop in. You can close the door by pressing this button here, or if you can't reach that button, which I thought, oh, that's a problem. No, it's not, because you just press that button there and then you've got the door closed for you. That's amazing. Just look at this cabin. It's so luxe, especially with all this cream and I don't know if it's a faux leather. We don't really have specs, as you can imagine, on this vehicle. So hopping into the passenger seat here, obviously the steering wheel's on the other side of the car because we're in China, but the steering wheel will be here if it comes to Australia. Now I've just noticed this, the front passenger door is open. Close it. Yes, you can do that from the touchscreen as well. There's so much functionality on this car. I will also mention it's got the power operated door button and the emergency switch just down here, or the emergency manually operated or manually operable door handle. So you pull that and the door opens. So the tech in this car is very impressive. It's got this central touchscreen that comes all the way to in front of the passenger as well. The response and refresh rate is really good. This is actually mostly all in English, so I can actually work out what's going on. It's got this 360-degree camera system. This vehicle is also said to pioneer a little Wey AI driving assistant, so industry pioneering AI technology in this, but that's something that we'll have to have a look at a little bit later on. But there's a lot to like about this car so far. I'm very, very impressed, and I think could be a very special thing if it does come to Australia. You've got wireless phone charge here. Also, over here, a faux suede. You've even got this little sunshade. I mean, it feels like they've thought of everything in this vehicle. Digital rear view camera, 6 seats. You've got recline options here. You've got rear seat entertainment here, this suede-like roof lining. So many really nice touches in this car. Again, for the second row, you've got these sunshades here. And I'm going to show you the zero gravity seating. So it's going back into its regular position right now, but at the touch of a button, it's also bringing this back to its original position. But if we hit the button just here, for zero gravity, it takes this, oh, let me show you this as well. A little tray, which will obviously sit flat when you're not mucking around with the seats here. But check this out, the seat moves inwards and then it starts reclining. So backrest goes down. Let's go this way so you can have a proper look at it. Backrest goes back, the leg rest comes out. I'm gonna have a sit in here. You can't do this while the vehicle is being driven, unfortunately. I wish you could, because imagine, oh, the massage is on. That was a massage, that's a massage button. Just let it be known, I thought that that was the seat heat, but okay, here we go. The seat heating is part of the climate control down here, as you'd probably expect. So I've got the massage function going now. I could watch some TV if I wanted to. This is really, really comfortable. And then you've got this massive panoramic sunroof. It is fixed, but there is a sunshade that comes across, and I wish I could work out how to do that, but I'm sure there's a button or some function on the screen there. Again, yeah, climate control functions. You've got USB-C ports. You've got a little spot down here as well. I just love the appointments in this vehicle. There's so much functionality. I'll just pop the seat, I think, back to its regular spot. I'm not sure what it's saying, but it's very slowly going back, and then the passenger seat will come back. Now I'll show you the boot here. So it is a 3-row vehicle. The boot isn't crazy big, but it's decent. Probably need to work out that height is, I'm gonna hit my head. Yeah, it does go up high, but I think it's probably locked at the moment. No spare tire in this. It's only a tire repair kit because you've got all that electrical stuff going on underneath. You've got a power outlet in the boot here. It is a plug-in hybrid, so vehicle to load capability. You can plug a fridge or something in, but you have got a fridge or a cool box at least. I can feel the cold from there. So that pops out. Down there is your little cool box. I can't see that there's an option to adjust the temperature like you can in the Denza B5, which can be a hot box as well, but I think this one is probably just a cool box, but that's still nice to have. So you've got soft closed doors, they pop shut, and then the little side steps there pop back in. These wheels, huge. Well, they're not that big, 21s. And I reckon those would be pretty difficult to clean. Cameras all around this thing. This thing is bound to be extremely safe. Again, we don't have all the specs, so I can't tell you all the features that it has and the exact outputs, but if this thing does come to Australia, this will be a seriously capable plug-in hybrid SUV. It's a very luxurious 5.3 meter long SUV. It's so quiet in here. Rear wheel steering, it's got air suspension. It's so luxurious. Even the steering wheel is so soft. It's a really nicely finished SUV. The interior quality in this thing, it feels super, super luxurious, and it's very nice to drive. That rear wheel steering, surprisingly, you feel it just get you around these really tight corners. It's also got about 550 kilowatts of power. Now that I didn't experience just now because we're on this very tight slalom here at GWM's proving ground in Baoding, China, but that was cool. That was pretty fun. And yeah, this is a very, very impressive machine, and it's very quiet, and I suspect that it's very fast, but that was just a very quick taste. So hopefully we'll get some more time behind the wheel of this thing later. So let's talk numbers on this thing while it hurdles around the little slalom gymkhana course we've got here. About 500 kilowatts of power, 0 to 100 in 4.4 seconds. It is seriously brisk and seriously capable. And look at the way it just hooks around this really tight corner with that rear wheel steering. That's that's impressive. Its high-tech platform means you can expect things like rapid DC charging, which means less time parked up waiting for a charge. According to the brand, it takes around 10 minutes to charge the battery from 30 to 80% at a compatible charger. The Wey team took us for a drive around Baoding streets to showcase its semi-autonomous driving system dubbed NOA. It stands for Navigate on Autopilot, and while it's not as advanced as Tesla's full self-driving system, it still allows hands-off driving for fairly long periods. In practice, it's impressive, but it's not quite ready for Australia, nor is it regulated for our country. It still requires the driver to intervene and, in our case, steer out of the way of random traffic cones on the road. As a passenger in the second row, it is a very comfortable spot. It's cozy and quiet. That is, unless you want to test out its karaoke feature, which uses microphones in the second row for a very effective result. When I see you again.
13 hours later.
The next day, we got a brief opportunity to drive the V9X around a car park, and here's what we found. Well, from the driver's seat, the V9X feels very luxurious, as it does in the rear. You've got this nice leather-wrapped steering wheel. I don't know if it's genuine leather, but it is very soft. It's nice underhand. You've got a 2-spoke steering wheel here, and I love these little touches. You've got this sunshade. You've also got a passenger side one as well, so that I can see very handy in Australia, but I don't know whether if this car comes to Australia if it'll get little touches like that, but it would be very nice. You've got a cool box in the middle here. That's also a lovely little appointment, and it can also be used as a hot box, so similar to like the Denza B5, which gets a hot box and a cool box. It goes in this car from I think -6 degrees Celsius all the way up to 50 degrees. Okay, we're behind the wheel of the V9X and we're only in a little car park here. It is a very quick taste of this car, but it's a big vehicle. It doesn't feel that big thanks to that rear wheel steering, which makes the turning circle very, very impressive. And the steering is nice and light. I've got my 360-degree camera on here, and I'll just do full lock around. I can't remember what they said the turning circle in this thing was, but it is tiny. And we'll just give it a little bit of acceleration here. I mean, it's a bit hard to tell. We're in a car park. I can't go too fast because there's a lot of people around, but it does feel very luxurious. As I said, it is very quiet in here. There's a nice feel to the brake pedal as well. It's quite smooth. There's no jerkiness or anything about it. It's yeah, nice and well calibrated according to this very first quick short test. Fairly light steering. There's a couple of drive modes in here. Adjustable air suspension. There's 3 height settings in this vehicle that you can play with. There's, I think, a sport, comfort, and a standard mode. I think anyone from kids to adults to the elderly would feel very happily transported in something like this. Although it is only a 6-seater, as I mentioned, no 7-seat option, which could be a sticking point for some families or rideshare drivers, for example, but nonetheless, it feels very luxurious in here. That's the Wey V9X in a nutshell. A behemoth with loads of luxury appointments in an impressively packaged machine that promises high levels of safety, tech, and performance in top-spec form. It's still yet to be confirmed for Australia, and even so, there are things to consider, like the fact it only comes as a 6-seater and the fact it'll likely be very expensive by the time it arrives here. Which all begs the question. Just how many Aussies will be willing to spend north of $100,000 on what's going to be a relatively unknown brand? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and let us know what you think of the Wey V9X. See you in the next one.